Hey, what's up everybody? This is Like It's 1985 and today we are going to take a look at Transformers Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Vertebreak, which is a retool recolor of the Laserback figure that was released in an earlier wave. So we're going to start off here in Beast form. And one issue I do have in Beast form is the head is rather loose. There's a joint right here that connects the head, and it tends to be a little bit floppy. But as you look at the head sculpt, it's really nice, actually. And the nice thing is that it does have and feature a articulated jaw with some teeth sculpting there and some inner detail as well. So that's pretty cool. So you do have very limited articulation at the head, really, because actually behind the head is the robot head here. And so you really don't have a lot of movement at the head, really. Then moving on to the articulation at the legs, starting with the rear legs or hind legs, I guess. You have a ball joint there, swivel, swivel. You got a swivel here, and then you have a ball joint at the ankles. And looking at the front, ball joint here, swivel, bend, and then you have the ball joint actually comes in from the side here. You can see there's that articulation there, and you can see his head's flopping down again. Now, features in this mode, his back section here does lift up. I'll show you that. This pops up, and it actually serves as a missile launcher. The trigger's right here. You can fire out the missile. So that's all there really is to say about the beast form here. So let's go ahead and move on to the transformation into robot mode. Pretty obviously it's going to be very basic. We're going to take the tail off here, set this to the side. You actually want to raise this up, actually. Get this up and out of the way. That allows the tail section to come forward, like that. And then looking back here, we want to bring these two sections together. It's going to form the crotch section for the robot mode, and then all you're going to do is just straighten out the legs into a bipedal position. Transforming the arms here, you want to take the claw assembly here and rotate out the actual robot hand, and then swivel this around like that. Same deal over here, and swivel around. And then you want to take the chest section here, and this is going to kind of spread apart there. And it looks like this assembly kind of came out of that little groove there. I think that's another little bit of a flaw, I think. So you can see this is supposed to be held in that little notch, but as it pops out, it loosens up this whole assembly here. So that's one other issue I have with this figure, at least mine anyways. So you pull the chest apart, pull this panel here down, and then you're going to bring down the beast head here and kind of separate it from the robot head, which is behind it. And the beast head is going to form the chest section. So let's get this back. And you just kind of have to fiddle with it until you can angle down the chest into that cavity. So let me see if I can do that here. And you can see actually that came loose, so it's kind of, I guess it's kind of cheating, but let's just, for the sake of the review, let me just use that to my advantage here and get everything down into the chest like that. Fold up the chest and start arranging this section here. So now we can take a look at the head sculpt. For some reason, this reminds me of Bumblebee. It's almost as if Bumblebee got reformatted into a beast form entirely, not just not just like he is in the Beast Hunters iteration, but actually he turned into a beast completely, almost. Anyways, so weaponry wise, well, you do still have this missile launching capability, and I believe you're supposed to open up this here. These panels open. This is soft rubbery plastic for that type of effect, and then of course you can again fire off the missile. So there's that. And you can also, if you wanted to, you can detach this whole assembly from this section there and use this as a handheld weapon because there's a peg that you could mount the weapon. You do have this long end of the missile there, but if you fire it off, you have I guess a little beast blaster for him. They actually call it the hyena cannon, is the Hasbro's terminology for this, but you can put that in his hand if you want. I kind of like it over his back though. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice position to have that. And you're supposed to take the tail here, and it somewhat fits in the hand. You kind of have to force it. This is soft, semi-rigid plastic, semi-soft. I guess it's kind of medium hardness in terms of the plastic, but this should go into his hand. And even when you get that into his hand, it doesn't really stay there that well, I find. But there. I guess what you need to do is get the sides of the plastic around his hand, as you can see there. I was kind of moving against that before, so there, you know, it is what it is, right? It's got a little tail weapon. So that's that. Articulation is basically the same again. You have ball joints up here, swivel and a bend. The hands swivel at the wrists, ball jointed hips, swivel, bend, and the ball joint at the ankle, as well as these different points of articulation here as well. So pretty cool figure. Like I say, it reminds me, it's almost as if Bumblebee got reformatted into a truly beast form, not just a car with beast type of features on it, but a true beast form, and this is what he looked like. I don't know why that is. I think it's the yellow, and that the shape of the head sculpt reminds me of Bumblebee. But there you go. Transformers Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Vertebreak. Again, this is a repaint of the Laserback figure. It's pretty cool. I was actually wanting to get this sculpt, whether it's this figure or Laserback, because of the fact that it had the actual cannon that comes out of the back, and I thought that was pretty neat. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. I should mention that there's actually some bits of plastic here and here that can actually rotate up like that and form really nice shoulder armor. Now the directions do not show this, and the product images on the actual packaging do not show this, but I think this is a very key point to bring up because it really adds a lot of look to the actual robot mode. Certainly you can leave them down like this if you wanted to, but I think they really add a lot of look to have them up like this. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. So there you go.